One of the most fascinating eras in NBA history was the early 2000s. It's a time mainly remembered today for the rise of the Shaq and Kobe dynasty, as this duo would go on to win 3 straight championships while making a total of 4 finals appearances. They were not without their rivals though, as the San Antonio Spurs, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Sacramento Kings all frequently had epic battles with Los Angeles in the postseason. During their dynastic run, the closest a team got to defeating these Lakers was when the Sacramento Kings took them all the way to overtime in Game 7 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals. And the guy who led that Kings squad was none other than the 6'10 power forward Chris Webber. For 5 straight years, this guy finished in the top 10 spots of the league MVP award, and at his best, he was in the conversation with Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett for the title of the best power forward in the game. But what if I told you that this superstar big man was insanely close to helping Shaq and Kobe dominate rather than standing in their path? What if I told you that that's actually what he wanted?
You're starting to learn the business of basketball. You're shipped off to Sacramento.
I found out at a store. It was during the playoffs. I didn't even know you could be shipped off during the playoffs. They didn't call my agent. They were trying to punish me and send me away to like purgatory. That's what I felt. Because at the time, Sac was the only place in the league I'd ever been where the coach let you drive to the game and drive home. You know what I mean? Like everything, it was like, no, we trying to get out of there as fast as you. Not because of the people, but because of the basketball environment. Like you don't know a lot about it. It's not much history. And so I didn't want to go to Sac. I thought it was the worst thing. It was a trade, and I'd been on the phone. Jerry West had a trade, and it was me for Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones, and somebody else. Because at this time, I wanted to be a Laker. Like I wanted this magic, you know what I mean? So I wanted to be a Laker.
Of course.
As you can tell from these clips, Webber never wanted to be a Sacramento King. As a young star on the trade block, he wanted to play with the Los Angeles Lakers. And at the time, the Lakers were Western Conference contenders who were loaded with talent and who were looking to make moves. According to Webber himself from various sources, the package deal was Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones, and Nick Van Exel, in return for the 25-year-old star. Honestly, that's a lot of talent in return and a pretty good offer from the Lakers, considering how Van Exel and Jones had just been all-stars. And Campbell was a solid starting center who was forced to play backup for the Lakers due to the arrival of Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Washington could have taken this offer and turned themselves into a pretty interesting team in the Eastern Conference, and this actually might have been the best package available for Chris Webber. But as he briefly alluded to earlier, Washington made the decision to send him to Sacramento as a punishment for being a locker room headache for the organization. So what Washington actually got in return for the trade was a 33-year-old Mitch Richmond, who was obviously on the decline at this point in his career. But what if the Wizards hadn't been so petty, and instead of sending Webber to Sacramento just to spite him, they instead took the more lucrative Lakers offer? Well, if this had happened, then it would have had a seismic and dramatic shift on basketball history. Yes, the soon-to-be dynastic Lakers get even better. So from that perspective, you might be wondering how this changes all that much. Well, in order to grasp that, we need to remember when the Lakers dynasty actually started and ended, and who were the teams that beat them. Shaq and Kobe won their first of 3 straight championships in the 1999 to 2000 season, but Webber would have joined the Lakers at the start of the 1998 to 1999 season. This was a year where they also had championship hopes, but they ultimately fell short to Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs as they were swept out of the West semifinals. Now at the time, the Lakers starting power forward that series was a guy named J.R. Reed, who was certainly an unspectacular player who averaged just 5 points and 4 rebounds. If a 25-year-old Chris Webber is in his place instead, then they not only would have had an elite offensive weapon at their 4 spot, but they also would have had an answer for the Spurs' Tim Duncan. Honestly, the Twin Tower tandem of Shaq and Webber down low might have been even better than what the Spurs had at the time in David Robinson and Tim Duncan, except the Lakers also had Kobe Bryant on the perimeter. In reality, Webber finished the 1998-1999 season in the 7th spot for the MVP race, as he averaged 20 points, a league-leading 13 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 1.4 steals, and 2.1 blocks on 48.6% shooting. This is what the Lakers would have had at their 4th spot instead of the underwhelming J.R. Reed. If this happened, then there's a great chance that they win their first championship in 1999 rather than 2000. Now with no elite Kings team to stand in the Lakers' path, there's no reason to think that they don't continue winning championships from 2000 to 2002, just like they did without Webber. For goodness sake, look at the league MVP race in 2001. Shaq, Kobe, and Webber all finished in the top 10 spots, and just look at the numbers they all put up. I'm sorry, Allen Iverson. I know your step over was iconic, but I don't think you're taking a game off of these Lakers in the postseason, meaning they likely go a perfect 15-0 throughout the playoffs instead of 15-1. Imagine a universe where the Shaq, Kobe, and Webber Lakers win 4 straight championships, and in the midst of that is the only perfect postseason run in NBA history. How would that team not be called the greatest team of all time? But honestly, it doesn't necessarily stop there. The Lakers would have been in a great position to compete in 2003 as well. This was the top 10 MVP candidates that year, and as you can tell, Kobe, Shaq, and Webber are all right there with incredible campaigns. In reality, the Lakers were eliminated from the West semifinals in 6 games by the eventual champions San Antonio Spurs, and once again, Webber could have been the difference maker in that series. But the question is whether or not he would have been on the court to make that happen, because on the Kings, he did hurt his knee in Game 2 of their second round matchup against the Mavericks, which resulted in him missing the rest of the playoffs. Now this freak injury happened on a very specific play. So does something like this still happen if he's miles away on the Lakers instead? Honestly, who knows? But if he had been healthy, then the Lakers would have been in a great position to win the championship this year as well, meaning it was in the realm of possibility that this 3-headed Lakers monster could have won 5 straight championships in a modern NBA era. At the end of the day, I'm not bummed with how things actually played out, because it enabled one of the greatest short-term playoff rivalries in NBA history to happen. But still, it's crazy to think about what NBA history would be like today if the Wizards organization wasn't so insanely petty. So what do you guys think? How many championships do the core of Shaq, Kobe, and Webber end up winning? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to the members for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.